Folks, Bob with BBD, section 2 from yesterday. A quick readout from Tavleen Singh, which clearly shows you that these are a bunch of liars. These Abdinath, Yogi and Bogi and Dadu and Taklu, everybody, liars. She says, urgent action needed. More than once while switching between news channels, have I been fooled by Yogi? Devious, deceptive trick. What appears to be a news story about the extraordinary success of his government in dealing with COVID is not a news story at all, but you only find this out if you spot impact feature written at an obscure corner. That's what the hell they're doing. When I listened to the Prime Minister's speech last week, I saw him make a similar attempt to use denial to distract from reality. Both he began by saying that he took office in 2014, only 60% of people in India were vaccinated. If this was true, man, he's kind of loony. If this was true, polio and smallpox would have been eradicated by now. I mean, who's he making? How stupid is that? He then declared that the first changed the policy because of the states, but the truth is the Prime Minister himself only realized the desperate need when he got messed up. He posted that we had defeated the first COVID wave without vaccine. Not true. Only when they stop lying to themselves and us will our officials realize that what they need to do is on a war footing is to build rural healthcare. Once the physical infrastructure is built, there will come to be a problem of training. That also nobody knows. When Yogi stops promoting himself, and he may discover that his huge budget for self-promotion will be better used for health and education. Last week we saw Yogi in meeting the Prime Minister and Home Minister, and we saw an important Congress leader join the BJP. None of these political shenanigans will help the BJP win elections in Uttar Pradesh next summer if a third wave rages through the state like the second wave. But let me just tell you this, folks. How many have you heard? Till death do us apart. And that's what's going to happen. Death is going to do them apart. The 13, 14, 15% of the extra people that they had are going to run away and scurry for cover. Center rejects report on 5 to 7 times more COVID deaths. They are coming out. Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, all the BJP states, they're coming out. And then Uttarakhand, government orders probe on fake COVID reports during Kumbh. Thank this to Baba Ramdev and non-scientific. Doctors versus Ramdev. Need science, not superstition to fight COVID. Baba Ramdev, Dongi Ramdev. And now we have another bunch of idiots in our scientific community. Children, he says, no substantial evidence that third wave will affect kids more, says the report. And this is again Dr. Paul Driven, who, if you remember, said, oh, we were taken unawares with the second wave. He's scientifically stupid because already there's proof. Children make up 14% of active cases in Pune. In 4 days, 65 minus tests positive in Maharashtra, Osama. Now, what are you going to do? Lots of stuff happening in Punjab. I'm giving a warning to the Congress and to Captain Amrinder Singh. There are rumors that he might be jumping to the BJP, but that will be harakiri. That will be his finish of his political career. Don't do it, Captain Saab. Don't do it. But this is a masterstroke by the Akalis that need to be watched. Akalis tie up with BSP ahead of Punjab polls. And wow, who's worried about Sisodia? Now, his education system seems to have is number 2 in compared to Punjab. He's screwed. He's screwed Sisodia. No quality education in Punjab. Government schools are better in Punjab than in Delhi. Oh, he's messed up totally. What do we see now going to happen, folks, in UP? Because he ain't got a leg to stand on. Cow slaughter law wrongly invoked, says High Court. High Court gives bail to man booked for rape, forceful conversion. IMA protests over assault on doctors. Then you have a situation where masjid was broken down. So all that's happening, folks. That's the worry for BJP, and the opposition should go and beat the hell out. Let's follow. Bengal is a Waterloo. They're not in the pink of health. Congress is not in the pink of health either. But all the others, the federal front, needs to start coming together. The biggest guys are the farmers, it says. With AC, fridge, single farmers digging heels for Delhi. Okay. Gujarat continues to be in trouble. Congress gave them a great fight. It needs to come back again. Focus on Gujarat. Wish next Gujarat CM is a Patidar. Big problems, okay? Bihar, they need to do Adal Badal immediately. Go out after these disgruntled JDU guys. JDU seeks respectable share in union cabinet. And obviously, things are at a mess in Lakshadweep. Sedition cases against filmmaker, local BJP leaders quit in protest. BJP leader workers in Lakshadweep quit party in protest. BJP netas quit over Aisha sedition case. Courtesy call stirs rumors of BJP netas return to TMC in Bengal continues to be in total ferment because what's happening next? BJP workers take to streets with public apology, folks. They're asking Mamata for an apology to vote for the BJP. This is trouble with other BJP saying, no, they're being threatened. God knows. But Congress better keep its house in order here. Turmoil in Rajasthan as pilot camp fires fresh phone tap salvo. But I'll give this to Sachin Pilot. He isn't strong enough to join the BJP. He's going to end up again like a fool, fish out of water like Jyoti Sindhya, that Jayant Prasad are going to find her, and Jayant Panda. All insignificant in this power structure because they're just not the BJP, they're just not the RSS. Where are these fools, educated fools, wanting to jump out? I'd respect them if they all broke away and started their own regional parties. Do it, Sachin, if you have the guts and glory. If you want to join the BJP, then you are like another turncoat fool. And in Kerala, BJP warns its Kerala chief as state unit mounts pressure. Now watch my map to see that BJP actually is really in trouble all over India, right? It's just all over India. So the opposition, federal front needs to come together. Times now, and I'm glad Prashant Kishore and our buddy Pawar Saab are taking the lead.
तो विपक्ष को भी सुनती हूं तो कई बातें तो उनकी भी सच है। हमने चुनाव किए, हम क्या चुनाव कर रहे हैं, क्या हम गंगा स्नान कर रहे हैं, ये सारे कारण भी तो हम एक तरफ कह रहे हैं कि डिस्टेंस होना चाहिए, दूसरी तरफ हम चुनाव कर रहे हैं। मीडिया भी इस बात पे अपना पक्ष रखना ही नहीं चाहता कि ये सारी चीजें तो आज होनी ही नहीं चाहिए। अरे जब देश में हम अच्छे होंगे तो चुनाव भी होंगे, गंगा स्नान भी होंगे। मैं भाजपा की प्रवक्ता हूं, लेकिन मेरे दर्द को आप समझ पाएंगे जिस शब्द में जो
मैं आपको नमन करता हूं, आपको प्रणाम करता हूं, आपको साधुवाद देता हूं और आपकी बहादुरी की पूरे देश में सराहना करता हूं।
क्यों चुनाव
पहली नेता है जिन्होंने इसको स्वीकारा।
पे हम नहीं होंगे, ये शमशान बन जाएगी, तो कौन चुनाव का फायदा लेगा? सरकारें भी बनेगी, चुनाव भी होंगे, लेकिन उसका एक समय तो होना चाहिए ना। हमें बीच में सोच, जब आप कह रहे थे डिस्टेंस करिए, अपने घर में रहिए, तो फिर आपने क्यों नहीं बरता? क्यों चुनाव कराए? क्यों गंगा स्नान कराए? ये तो मैं सरकार से भी इस बात में, मुझे चाहे कोई भाजपा की प्रवक्ता से निकाल दिया जाए, निकाल दे, लेकिन मैं ये दर्द को महसूस कर रही हूं। मैं अपने लोगों को देख रही हूं कि वो मर रहे हैं। मैं पार्टी की कोई वो नहीं हूं कि मैं भाजपा में हूं तो मैं समाज के, मैं भाजपा में बाद हूं, भाजपा की प्रवक्ता बाद में हूं। मैं समाज की लड़की हूं, समाज की महिला हूं, समाज की नागरिक।
Folks, I'm going to divide this map into 3 or 4 parts. One is where the BJP is not there at all, insignificant. Second is where it's in power only because of, and without their partners, they won't be there, and those partners, there's a conflict between them most of the time. And third is where there's adal badal, and the fourth is obviously where they're there by purity, right? The red ones are where they're not there, folks. Just see the geographical stretch. Andhra Pradesh, not there. Tamil Nadu, not there. Kerala, not there. Maharashtra, not there. Telangana, not there. Odisha, not there. Chhattisgarh, not there. Jharkhand, not there. West Bengal, not there. Rajasthan, not there. Punjab, not there. Delhi, where's Delhi? Delhi, not there. So, hey, when you look at this, you find yourself where geographically, I mean, every sort of life, nobody really cares. And then let's see the ones where the other big ones where they're there only because of their partners. Here we go, Bihar. Here we go, Assam also, guys. If you don't know, without them, without their partners, they're not there. Then you have Haryana, without partners, not there. Right? And now let's see when they're there with Adal Badal Congress guys. Now that's the real fun part. You'll suddenly find they've got nothing. Meghalaya, Adal Badal. Tripura, Adal Badal. Mizoram, Mizoram also not there. Right? Manipur, Adal Badal. Arunachal, Adal Badal. Uttarakhand, Adal Badal. And you suddenly find that and you suddenly find a bare majority in Madhya Pradesh. Where's Goa? Goa, Adal Badal. Karnataka in trouble. Hey, what do they have? Think about it. There's this false bravado that keeps getting projected unfortunately on the back of Pappu or Rahul Gandhi, that BJP is everywhere. I don't see them anywhere. Really? Do you? Except for maybe this place where now, if you see what's happened in the Panchayat elections, they're in trouble. So if that goes, figure what happens, folks. Let's see what the news is saying now. All the news items. Back to my table. Let's go.
मेरे प्यारे देशवासियों, आज राजस्थान के श्रीगंगानगर जिले की जनता का गर्व से सीना चौड़ा हो गया है। यहाँ पर पेट्रोल की कीमत 100 रुपए को छू गई है। भाइयों बहनों, आजाद भारत के इतिहास में आज तक ऐसी कोई सरकार नहीं आई थी जो पेट्रोल को उसकी असली कीमत दिला पाए। पेट्रोल को उसका हक हमने दिलाया है। भाइयों बहनों, ये सीना चौड़ा करने का सिर्फ श्रीगंगानगर जिले को ही हक नहीं मिलेगा। मैं आपसे वादा करता हूं कि पूरे भारत के हर जिले, हर शहर में लोग ये कहेंगे कि मोदी जी, हमारा सीना भी चौड़ा हो गया, हम भी आज देश हित में 100 रुपए पेट्रोल खरीद रहे हैं। भाइयों बहनों, विपक्ष वाले हमें कहते हैं कि मोदी जी, जब पेट्रोल महंगा हो जाएगा तो हमारी गाड़ी 2-4 किलोमीटर कम चलेगी, आगे नहीं जा पाएगी। मित्रों, मैं रहूं ना रहूं, लोग रहे ना रहे, ये देश रहना चाहिए। और इसलिए गाड़ी आगे जानी जरूरी नहीं भाइयों बहनों।
As I showed you, physically the map doesn't really seem that much under control of the BJP. Secondly, I think West Bengal has been a Waterloo for this government. The reason for the BJP, especially because what it has showed that money did not provide the kind of balance that these guys thought. Secondly, more importantly, is that there seems to be a loss of fear, and that's what's important. What's happening here? Advantage Mamta, snubbed by BJP. Roy's exit was waiting to happen. And what do we see here? Blow for BJP as Mukul Roy back in TMC fold. More will leave BJP but won't let traitors in since Didi. Another Bengal upset for BJP. Mukul Roy and his son return to Trinamool. Citizens, and what she says, citizens' money is why is PM taking credit for free doses. Ask Mamta, I asked you the same thing. And look at this guy out of water, Suvindu. He's swimming against the tide. Suvindu meets Shah Nara to discuss poll violence in state. Folks, this is not being covered anywhere. Obviously, there's no violence, right? And what does Mamta say? Mamta calls for united opposition stir against centre. And she meets Tiket. And that's important. And what's important here is what this is. Pawar and PK meet, sparks buzz of opposition unity for 2024 polls. And I think this is what the plan is. Internal squabble within Bengal BJP rises after assembly election drought. It's just going to get worse, folks. Not just here, it's going to get worse in Haryana as the farmers' agitation picks up. Khattar is in trouble. Didi asks Union of States to take on BJP. I agree, but UP is really in trouble because a lot of hardbard, babard everywhere. PM lauded CM step to battle second wave, says UP government. They can do their own chapusi. Both of them failed terribly. Modi Yogi discuss roadmap 2022. Central reshuffle to induct netas, UP netas. BJP seeks time as UP allies reach Delhi with demand list. Okay, ahead of UP polls, another Congress exists. A useless Congress exists. Prasada goes to BJP. He's only been put there as a token face, and not even a face. Blow to Congress as Prasada joins BJP. No, it's blow to maybe Rahul Gandhi, but definitely not to the Congress. So, ahead of UP polls, Jitin Prasada hops out of Congress, joins BJP. I think this is the pretender for the downfall, not of the Congress, but of the BJP. Just walk my word. Prasada is insignificant. Prasada, those questioning me on ideology, explain Shiv Sena alliance, Bengal clerical alliance. I think the Congress should dump this. He's right. Shiv Sena is their biggest ally, right? Prasada, BJP entry symbolic. UP leaders wonder about gains. So do I. Crossing ideological barriers to join BJP's opportunism, says Sybil, and this stands true for Jyoti Radha Scindia too, man. And I hope Sachin Pilot does not fall. All the strong leaders in the Congress who think that they have the wherewithal should set up their own regional parties, right? Entry of old Congress loyalists, Brahmin phase, good optics for BJP and run up to polls. I think it's a huge mistake. Buzz of rejig in Lucknow and Delhi as Yogi meets Shah. Adinath losing control. Rightly, he says Lucknow Delhi tension signals new crisis, says Akhilesh. University skipped quota rule, appointed most from one caste. Another BJP MP writes to the MP. Adinath meets Shah, set to meet PM Nada today. He's in really trouble. Calls for reform grow in Congress with Prasada's exit. Please, man, let's get there and let's get there immediately, folks. More after this.
ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦਾ ਫਤਵਾ ਤੇ ਪਰਮਾਤਮਾ ਦਾ ਫਤਵਾ ਵੀ ਦੋਨਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿਰੁੱਧ ਆ ਰਿਹਾ। ਹੁਣ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਣਾ ਜਾਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਵੀ ਇਹ ਆਪਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਕਲੀਨ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗੇ ਸੀ ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦਾ, ਪਰ ਇਹ ਉਲਟਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ।
ਸੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਕਿ ਮੇਨ ਕੀ ਰੀਜ਼ਨ ਰਿਹਾ ਆ ਜਿਸ ਕਰਕੇ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਹਾਰੀ ਆ?
ਨਹੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੱਥੇ ਪਾਸ ਹੋਈ ਆ ਸਰਕਾਰ। ਸਭ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਨੋਟਬੰਦੀ ਕੀਤੀ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੀ ਇੰਨਾ ਧਨ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਐ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਉਹ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ। ਰਿਜ਼ਲਟ ਅਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਵੱਲ ਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਹਿ ਰਹੇ, ਡਾਟਾ ਕੱਢ ਕੇ ਦੇਖੋ, ਹੈਨਾ। ਡਾਟਾ ਕੀ ਦੱਸ ਰਿਹਾ? 0.2% ਪੈਸੇ ਰੁਕੇ ਆ, ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰੇ ਵਾਪਸ ਆ ਗਏ, ਹੈਨਾ। ਕੁਝ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਇਆ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ। GST ਲਈ ਕੀ ਹੋਇਆ? ਕਿੱਥੇ ਕਹਾਣੀ ਪਹੁੰਚੀ? GDP ਡਾਊਨ ਗਈ ਆ, ਵਧੀ ਤਾਂ ਹੈ ਨਹੀਂ। ਫਿਰ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 370 ਹਟਾ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜੀ ਉੱਥੋਂ ਕਸ਼ਮੀਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ। ਗਰਾਊਂਡ ਰਿਐਲਿਟੀ ਹੈ, ਜਿੰਨਾ ਫੌਜ ਦਾ ਖਰਚਾ ਉੱਥੇ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਸੀ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਦੁੱਗਣਾ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਹੁਣ। ਉਹਦਾ ਦੁੱਗਣਾ ਹੋਇਆ ਉੱਥੇ। ਫੌਜੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਬੁਰਾ ਹਾਲ ਸਾਡੇ ਫੌਜੀਆਂ ਦਾ ਹੋ ਰਿਹਾ। ਫੌਜੀ ਕਿਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨੇ? ਉਹ ਪੁੱਤ ਕਿਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਨੇ? ਉਹ ਵੀ ਆਮ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਦੇ ਨੇ, ਕਿਸਾਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਪੁੱਤ ਨੇ। ਅੰਬਾਨੀ ਦਾ ਪੁੱਤ ਕਦੇ ਹੈ ਕਿਸੇ ਫੌਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ? ਛੱਡੋ ਅੰਬਾਨੀ ਅੰਡਾਨੀ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਗੱਲ ਕਹਿ ਦਿਓ, ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਮ 8 ਕਿੱਲੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਆ, ਮੈਂ 4 ਕਿੱਲੇ ਅੰਬਾਨੀ ਦੇ ਨਾਮ ਲਾਉਂਗਾ, 4 ਲਾਉਂਗਾ ਅੰਡਾਨੀ ਦੇ। ਦੋਨੋਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰੀ ਫੌਜ ਦੀ ਨੌਕਰੀ ਛੱਡ ਦਿਓ, ਫੌਜ ਦੀ ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਕਰਾਉਣ। ਟ੍ਰੇਨਿੰਗ ਕਰਾ ਲੈਣ। ਕਰਾਉਂਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਵਾਉਂਦਾ। ਕਿੱਥੇ ਆ ਬਾਲਿਆ ਦਾ, ਵਿਜੇ ਮਾਲਿਆ ਦਾ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਹੈ ਫੌਜ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉੱਥੇ ਵੀ ਸਾਡੇ ਆਮ। ਸੋ ਇਹ
ਭਰਾ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅੱਜ ਦੀ ਡੇਟ 'ਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੀ ਇਰਦ ਗਿਰਦ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਚਮਚੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਨੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਸਹੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਬਿਲਕੁਲ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਤੇ ਇਹ ਦੇਸ਼ ਦੇ ਲਈ ਮਿਸਿਸ ਜੀ ਗਾਂਧੀ ਜੀ, ਰਾਹੁਲ ਜੀ, ਪ੍ਰਿਯੰਕਾ ਜੀ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੋਚ ਲਓ, ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸਮਝ ਲਓ। ਮਤਲਬ ਅਸੀਂ ਕਾਫੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਲਾਈਨ ਦੇਤੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਪਰ ਹੁਣ ਕਦ ਤੱਕ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਰਹਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ। ਹੁਣ ਤੇ ਅਗਲੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਪੀੜ੍ਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ, ਹੁਣ ਤੇ 100% ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੰਦੇ ਜਿੱਤ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਗੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਹੀ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਦਰਜਾ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਾਂਗਰਸ ਦਾ। ਐ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਵੇਂ ਪੈਦਾ ਹੋਏ ਸੀ ਗਾਂਧੀ ਜੀ ਤਦੀ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਰਹੂਗਾ। ਚਲੋ ਜੀ ਐ ਚੁੱਕੇ ਸਤਿ ਸ੍ਰੀ ਅਕਾਲ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਦਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ, ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕੀ ਫਤਿਹ।